What led you to get to this point of, getting to be the youth director of Mecca Center? What led you here?
Yeah, subhanAllah. So, I mean, if I look back, this is now my 11th year doing youth work. Alhamdulillah, I got really involved in high school. I started an MSA and, started programs at our Orland Masjid. And Orland Masjid is actually I think, one of the founders of when it comes to like big masjid youth work. Alhamdulillah, they have, multiple programs. And I was, blessed to be a part of the time when we kind of started those initiatives. And then from there, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took me to Texas, of all places, good old Dallas, Texas. And that's where that's where I met you, yeah. Subhanallah. And, I got to benefit from luminaries like Sheikh Abdul Nasser Jangda, Sayyid Abdurrahman Murphy, Mufti Hussein Kamani, Sheikh Mikael, Ahmed Smith. And mashallah, they're all people that are not only scholars, but also inspirational individuals that are really leading the way in bringing communities together. And alhamdulillah, I think that my experience with them is what really propelled myself to come to something like the movement or the Mecca Center and try to bring what I was inspired by them and bring our youth work, a little higher, bring it up a notch. You're kind of going away from those small little talks, maybe some pizza and dodgeball, to now let's go into some real deep Islamic thought, whether it comes to hadith or Quran, spirituality. Inshallah, I mean, I really love what I do, and I love being part of the community, honestly. Like even last night at our Qiyam, I was telling people that I myself felt like maybe I left the most benefited than anybody else, subhanAllah.
So if someone were to come to Mecca Movement, what goes into the process of attending? How would they attend?
Yeah, I mean, we like to keep it kind of like no barriers to entry. The best way to kind of find out what's going on is to check out our Instagram at the Mecca Movement. Alhamdulillah, all of our programs, and even, we have an amazing series of like recaps of what we've been doing. It's a great place to kind of find what's going on. And then just show up, just come, and you'll find that, subhanAllah, the Mecca Center itself is just a work of art. It's beautiful. I think everyone that does enter there is just astounded just by how welcoming the community is, how kind people are, and how everyone can feel like this is a place where I can, just focus on my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
When it comes to Ramadan, is there a kind of specific goal that you have in mind or specific blueprint that you follow of, hey, I'm going to read this much Quran, or I'm going to do this much Taraweeh and Qiyam? Is there kind of like a roadmap every Ramadan? This is kind of my goal. Is that something that you do?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I tell everyone that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Because Ramadan's a gift, and it's only for 30 days. And subhanAllah, we're already on day 7. 1 week's already gone. Yeah. If you blink your eyes and wake up, we're going to be hearing Takbiratul Eid very soon. So it's a time where you really want to make the most out of every single day and every single night as well. So my go-to is really stick with a masjid. Like you said, like it's really nice when you're with a big group. And that way you can kind of follow along, whether it's with Taraweeh, make some friends around that kind of motivate you to keep coming. And when it comes to, for example, your relationship with the Quran, we know the Ramadan is the month of Quran. And I really like to, myself, at least try to once finish the entirety of the Quran in its recitation. But I urge everyone, especially those of the youth, like read the English Quran and listen to people that are explaining the Quran in English. Because many times like we grow up hearing the recitation and going to salahs, but it doesn't impact the heart. Right. So I think that it's really important that if you really want this Ramadan to be transformative, that you really take benefit in the meanings and the explanation of the Quran.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of my big goals this Ramadan is to really get the meaning down, get the understanding down, not fully fledged understanding of the Quran, but when I'm reading it, look at what from the Arabic to the English, comparing it side to side. Obviously, there's like some Arabic that I understand just from basic words, like if they're talking about Prophet Isa, or if there's Alladina. There's basic words that obviously I understand, but me, Pakistani boy, I'm not really gonna understand the influency Arabic. So I think that's something that I've really been focusing on, and I think to anybody, if you speak English or whatever language you speak, it's really important that even if you're not, even if you're an Arabic speaker, I think the Quranic Arabic's slightly different. So it's good that you read the translation in whatever language works for you.
Yeah, I agree with you. And to kind of chime in on that thought, like even myself, growing up Palestinian, I know some Arabic, but it's that very good fallahi, cha, you know, like it's not Quranic Fusha Arabic. So I actually, subhanAllah, was able to benefit from the Bayyinah Dream program. And alhamdulillah, like that was such a unique experience because, you know, like you said, there was Pakistanis, there was Arab, there was people from all different walks of life. But what we were able to do is study the Arabic language in English, you know, build our vocabulary, learn about like sentence structure and grammar of Arabic. And I think that that's so important for people to do because it just brings your understanding of Quran to the next level. Because again, like you said, like we assume we kind of know what's going on, but it's such a beautiful experience when you're able to sit there in Taraweeh and just finally it all clicks. Like you can hear what the Imam is reciting, but then it also is penetrating your heart because you know the meanings. You know, so it's a beautiful thing.